Hello everyone, welcome back to another 2v2 Warhammer battle. This is the Empire and the Greenskins versus Vampire Counts and the Beastmen. For our armies over here, we have Boris Todbringer, 2 Empire Captains flying, and a Light Wizard flying. Also have 2 Hellblaster Volley Guns, 3 Halberdiers, Sigmar Sons, and then 4 Spearmen. My ally has, from the back here, 2 Black Orcs, 3 Goblin Big Bosses, 2 Orc Airboys, Orc Biggins, 2 Doomdiver Catapults, Grimgore, and Gobos. The enemy, going down the line here, we'll start with the Beastman player. The Beastman's kind of split along this whole thing. So we have Morgor, a Minotaur, Chaos Spawn, like 5 Ungor Spearman herds, 2 here, 1 here, and 2 over there. And then we have 5 Gore herds with shields in the middle supporting the Vampire count. And then over here, there's other Spearmen, another Chaos Spawn, a Giant, and then the Brace Shaman of Shadows. For the Vampire count, a little more condensed here, we have 4 Crypt Ghouls in the front, 3 Graveguard, multiple Skeletal Spearmen, 2 Corpse Carts, Red Duke, and Vampire of Shadows on a flying mount. I think that's it. So the Doomdiver Catapult's going to start firing. I'm going to open up our Hellblaster Volley Guns on the Graveguard a little bit here. And then I'm going to try and kill the Flying Vampire Lords. I want to be honest, I built this army to counter Flying Vampire Lords, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do. So we're going to send our Flying Lords over here. I'm going to try my best just to keep the perspective like this and not zoom everywhere, because I know it can kind of be weird or hard to keep track if I keep, changing camera angles and doing this. So I'm just going to try and do a static battle here, and just let me know if you like that or if you want me to zoom around. So over here, I'm casting a net spell on the Red Duke and the Vampire of Shadows. We're going to attack them with the Empire Captains and Boris Todbringer as the Crypt Ghouls are coming up here. Now, I thought, for some reason, that my ally, it was never mentioned, like, it was never said. We never typed each other like, okay, so when they get close, you move up a couple feet and keep my Hellblaster safe, right? Because you can see I moved my forces to the wings because the Beast... Oh, there, I'm moving again. The Beastman player looks like they're going to go like bloop and then come around here like bloop. So I'm like, you know what, I'll take the flanks, and then they have this strong Orc infantry in the middle, so I thought maybe they would. No, they're not. And this is when I noticed, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, so I'm trying to move my Hellblaster Volley Guns. I'm trying to get my Sigmar Sons up here because now I'm going to have to protect my Volley Guns instead of, all these Gobos and Orc Biggins that are just sitting there doing nothing. We are going to get hit, so I'm going to have to actually detach the crew from the Hellblasters and move them back to try and save what I can. But there we go. We got a Gobbo finally coming in. I really thought my ally was going to move up, and so I wouldn't even have to do this. But we're going to detach the crews and run blockers with Sigmar Sons. Over here, we are dealing with the Red Duke and the Vampire of Shadows. We're doing a lot of damage to the Red Duke. They are healing through it. And then the Red Duke is going to peel off. You can see he's almost dead. The Vampire Shadows is now getting hit by our Empire Captains. The Light Wizard decided to chase the Red Duke. I'm not entirely sure why. And you can see the Beastman player is a little slow on the take here. They managed to move this flank up here, so they're going to be engaging with the Spearmen and our Halberdiers with Morgor, the Chaos Spawn, and the 2 Ungor Spearmen. But they're really slow with, like, everything else. But here we come. The Gore Herds are finally approaching this force. I think it's eventually just going to go like this. We have Goblin Big Bosses going on the Corpse Cart right here, trying to focus it down. This is a good move. The Goblin Big Bosses are pretty good at destroying Corpse Carts. And then over here, we kill the Vampire, or we're about to kill the Vampire of Shadows. My Light Wizard is now routing due to damage from the Red Duke. My Empire Captain, 1 is almost dead, but the other people in the sky are fine. And there we go. The Vampire Shadows is dead, and now we're going to be chasing the Red Duke way over here. I think the Red Duke is going to drop some summon zombies over here. I think maybe, yeah, I think at least 1 over here as we continue to chase them. I need to get the Red Duke away from the battlefield. Here come 2 dire wolves from the Vampire Cat. They're going to be maneuvering over here and try and get to the squishy bits, which is going to be these Orc archers. Throwing in halberds to reinforce the Spearmen because they're about to break, and the front line of Crypt Ghouls over here are about to break against Sigmar Sons and the Orc Biggin line. Corpse Cart's getting chased by Grimgore, or at least it was. The other Corpse Cart I think is dead or almost dead by those Goblin Big Bosses. Now we got more Orc Biggins coming up. I'm now redirecting this flank that was over here over to this side and to support the front lines where needed because, again, the Beastman player isn't even moving this pocket of troops yet. Over here, we are still chasing the Red Duke. We're going to be kind of chasing him off screen, so let me kind of move the camera angle a little bit. And I'm going to try and cut him off with the Light Wizard and with the Empire Captains because I know where he is going, so we're going to get 1 more net over here to try and finish him off. There comes Boris as well. My right flank is starting to buckle, but luckily my allies sent the Black Orcs over here to assist. I am still trying to help them with these summoned zombies that came up, and we were chasing these dire wolves that were going around the back of the battlefield, chasing them with 1 of our Spearmen. Frontline, it's kind of iffy right now. Both sides are taking a lot of damage at this point. My 2 Hellblaster Volley crews are safe, and I'm hoping that at some point we can finally kill these 3 Crypt Ghouls and push up to get back on the guns. Here we go, the direwolves going into the orc arrow boys. My spearmen just couldn't catch them. Over here, we are going to catch that Red Duke with that net spell, do some more damage, but he is going to disengage again and fly that way. And then my flying crew is going to be coming over here. My light wizard is going to be over here flying above just to provide leadership aura, basically. But the only spells he's going to be casting is net. I did give him some other spells, but the only ones we're going to be casting is the net in this game. Morgor and the Ungor Spear are chewing through my Halberdier group, and now we can throw some more spearmen again that were pulled from this flank over here. Other halberds which were pulled from the left flank are now going to be shoring up over here because the Beastman's right flank is now going up the center, and you can see the Orc Biggin line is starting to crumble under the weight of all of these Gore herds and the Beastman reinforcements and the Brace Shaman of Shadows who is on a chariot. And again, meanwhile, back here, my flying squad, we get hit by a pit of not a pit of shadows, the whatever side thing move. But we're going to go for Morgor. It is now time to start sniping the enemy's key units, so we're going to start with Morgor first with Boris and the Double Empire Captains. Not going to throw in the Light Wizard, but we will move him close. I do not want him dying because he already routed off once, and if he routes off again, who knows if he'll come back. And again, my halberds just going to be trying to hold off this entire right flank, which is Skeletal Spearmen, Giants, and Gores. Here comes the Red Duke. He is going to try and single out these Goblin Big Bosses because they are way over here. And this player really does not want the Red Duke anywhere near my Light Wizard, which is smart, because if they do, they probably know I'm going to pounce on them. So in the meantime, I'm just going to sit here and try and kill Morgor of the Shadow Gave, and we've already done a ton of damage. Morgor is very tanky, but against this kind of flying squad, when he's isolated like this and no support, not much he can do, but he is going to cast a Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma. Actually, that's not from him, that's from the Brace Shaman of Shadows over here, that's on the chariot. Which the best, I almost said best scores, which the Black Orcs are trying to destroy. I wanted to prevent this Minotaur group from getting into the Black Orcs as long as possible, so we're going to just keep all these people pinned. We're going to throw Sigmar Suns over here, and now I'm going to move our Hellblaster Volley guns to the crews to the cannons, which are all located right here. So we finally destroyed those criticals, so now is the time that we can actually move them back in safely. We have killed Morgor, so now I'm going to fly Boris and the Empire Bodyguards over here to try and rout this group of Gores and get the Brace Shaman of Beasts, or Shadows, sorry. This Spearman eventually gets microed back into the battle, but I was playing the fight like this, and so anything off screen is normally out of mind for me. Meanwhile, the Red Duke is out here still killing those Goblin Big Bosses. The Direwolves did a temporary withdrawal to, I guess, also kill the Goblin Big Boss, but now they're coming back. I am getting back on the Hellblaster Volley gun. We have routed off those Gores, and we have shattered the Beastman, or killed the Brace Shaman. We shattered the Brace Shaman. Now we're going to come back with the Flying Squad onto these Grave Guard because they're the only things that threaten my Hellblaster Volley gun. Everything else is over here, chasing my Halberdier and my allies Gobos. Which, speaking of, we have more Gobos coming over here. At some point, again, my Spearmen come over here. And Black Orcs have disengaged from this fight, and are now going to go up here and assist the other Black Orc group, which has been just tanking a lot of damage at this point. Grimgore also coming back. These Gores will eventually come back as well, and the Red Duke is still kind of hovering around the edge of the battlefield, being very safe, knowing that I am going to net them if they come close. Which gives my crew basically no worries whatsoever. Like, they're not going to drop zombies on my Hellblaster Volley guns because they can't get close enough to them. So now we're just kind of pushing up with the Flying Squad, assisting the Black Orcs, taking out these Skeletal Spearmen. Gore Herd's coming back, so we're going to throw the Sigmar Suns over here. I'm going to throw Spearmen in a protective arc around my Hellblaster Volley guns because they need to charge us at this point. I can see the Direwolves are still out there and pretty active. I need to make sure that they do not get to my Hellblaster Volley guns because they are now focusing on the Giant, which is the other big threat that is currently on the battlefield. Red Duke kind of getting a little close. You can see they're going to immediately pull back when they see my Flying Squad coming close. Again, running interference against these Gores with the Sigmar Suns. I think I'm going to run my Flying Squad over here to try and reroute the Gores because they are a real threat to my Hellblaster Volley guns, which are finally back and operational. Firing into the Giant, who Grimgore is also hitting with the Orc Biggins, what remains of the Black Orcs. Direwolves coming in. These Direwolves are going to try and come in, and again, I'm just trying to do a protective screen with Spearmen to keep these Hellblasters safe. Red Duke is pretty much forced to stay out of the battle because if they come close, I'm just going to kill them. Running into these Direwolves, and you can see we're getting shatters, or I should say routings here. Giant is almost being routed. Grimgore doing a lot of good damage. And there we go. We're starting to get a mass shatter on the enemy forces. And that is going to be a GG. All we have left is this Chaos Spawn. And there goes the Red Duke. Player was very careful with the Red Duke. He didn't really have much options. It's either go into the battle and try to do your best to summon zombies, cast your spells, get in melee, or run away. And that's the kind of, but the thing is, like, if they engaged in melee, that player knew I was going to pounce on them with my Flying Squad and murder them. And this is why the Empire will always stand above the vampire counts. One of the reasons why. Because one of the things that the vampire counts can rely on is a very fast steed with the Hell Steed, because it's faster than anything else in the game. Maybe the Wood Elves are same speed. I can't remember. But it doesn't matter when you have a light wizard that can net you in place, and then flying squad of, you know, anybody on a griffin, Boris, Carl, General, and then Empire captains can come in and murder a vampire lord. So that's another big reason why the vampires are always going to be below the Empire, unless something drastically changes, in like a tier list, if you want to have a tier list. Now, again, I built this to counter the vampire basically specifically. I was like, if they bring flying lords, I'm going to massacre them, and we did. So it worked. This is closer to a more try-hard build, a more serious tournament build. That's why I threw in the Hellblaster volley guns. It's kind of like a way to nerf my own army, because the Hellblasters are not that amazing. Really, you're much better off with just getting a bunch of handgunners. But I decided not to go that route this time. And my Hellblasters weren't even firing through most of that, because I was pushed off by these Crypt Ghouls. But let's say, theoretically speaking, you know, you go to bed at 6 a.m. because you decided to stay up late playing PUBG with your friends because it's fun. And then your neighbor decided that today was a great day to chop down their tree and grind it down because they just didn't like the look of it anymore at like 9 a.m. So let's say, you know, you went to bed at 6, get up at 9 a.m. because there's this industrial-sized wood chipper just going right outside your window, basically. And you're like, well, this can't last that long, surely. And then, you know, it keeps chipping, and it keeps chipping, and then it keeps chipping, and to the point where you're like, you know what, fuck it, I guess I'm up now. We might as well just start our day after a 3-hour sleep session. It was basically just a nap, a really crappy nap. And so then you get up on Warhammer, and you're like, you know what, let me record my Warhammer video for the day. And then you play a game, you play about 10 minutes of a game, let's say, as the Beastman, and then you're about 20 seconds away from victory, and then your game crashes, so that replay's gone. You can't use that replay. So then you get back online, and then you see, oh, this player wants to play a vampire account, huh? You want to play a vampire account? Fine. Let's play against a vampire account, so then you get a flying squad to counter their ass with a light wizard and go try hard. Because, you know, it's been that type of morning. Theoretically speaking, that specific situation could be a reason someone would choose this build against the vampire counts, theoretically speaking. My ally did really good. They got a ton of kills across the board, even though Orc Archers got a ton of kills. Grimgor did pretty well, considering that the enemy armies came to him, so he was able to not be shut down by lack of mobility. Doomdiver Catapults got a ton of kills as well. For me, our Hellblasters focused down some corpse carts and killed some Graveguard, but they were really a non-issue through most of that battle. It was basically almost a waste of money, because I couldn't do anything with them through most of it. But they still did some damage. The Halberds held really well, Spearmen held really well, Sigmar Sons held really well, and then the Flying Squad shut down their heroes, which is a huge deal in this game. For the Vampire Count player, their Corpse Cards got shut down by Hellblasters, and then those Goblin Big Bosses was a good move to put all 3 of those in the Corpse Cart and shut it down really quick. And then the Ghouls still did pretty good, but they eventually died. Direwolves did a lot of work too. And then for the Beastmen, half their army wasn't even microed into the battle until the very end, which was really unfortunate for the Vampire player. If they had the Giant in there from the start and managed to overwhelm my allies' frontline quicker, then this probably would have been a GG on their side. Like, we would have probably lost. But for some reason, they didn't micro out their army, but they still got a ton of kills. So I hope you enjoyed the 2v2 battle, everybody. And let's go watch the cinematic view. I do like these guns. It's just... Riflemen are better. They have shorter range, but they're better. In almost like every situation. Or, you know, just get cannons, or a steam tank, or a Sunmaker, or a mortar team. You know, you see where I'm going with this? And this is the point where I'm like, oh no, my ally's not going to move up at all, are they? Oh shit. Well, we better pull back, friends. We got Crypt Ghouls coming. This is going to hurt. It was unfortunate here that Boris was so far behind, or else this would have probably been a quick fight. Whoa. But we got that Vampire Shadows, though. She didn't make it out.
See to it! Raise your weapons! Sigma! Charge!
Oh my god, this terrain forced the camera up. Doom Diver's still firing like point blank range. Look at this Grave Guard getting nailed by a Doom Diver like 100 feet away. That's kind of funny. Those goblins, man, they're holding. Those are beautiful pieces of equipment, huh? Too bad I can't use them right now.
Understood! Ready for the Emperor!
Get him, Gabos. Or just run through him. That works too.
Take position!
Where's Grimgor at? There he is.
At speed! At speed! Formation march! Faster! Formation march!
Good hit.
It will be done! Charge! Formation march! On the way! Formation! Sigma! Go! Sigma calls! Sigma! Raise your weapons! Take position! No lingering! Prepare the combat! Take position!
Spearmen and Black Orcs fighting side by side.
Quickly!
What world is this?
It will be done! Raise your weapons! Go! Guides us! Quick march! It will be done! On high command!
Boris is here!
Attack! Raise
Boris is
your
seriously like one of the best
weapons!
Lords in the game. And I wish it was Karl Franz. It should be Karl, who's one of the best Lords in the game. But he's really just outclassed by
Get
Boris.
them!
And that's really upsetting.
At speed!
Because Boris has such an awesome passive ability that when people start losing combat, they just lose that much quicker, and so they just rout that much quicker, and it's really good. And the fact that he can heal by himself is amazing. Karl Franz can do a ton of damage with his special items. The problem is it's so expensive. Like, he goes up upwards of like $3 grand fully kitted out, and he's like, it's cool, but it's not, I don't think, as useful as Boris.
Quickly! Sigma! Sigma! It will be done! Prepare for combat! Seeking enemy! For the twin-tailed comet! Raise your weapons! Quick march!
Ooh, shield bash to the face.
For the Warhammer!
And we're like, don't mind us, Graveguard. We're just gonna take these cannons back now. Don't mind us. We're just gonna move over here. Safe and sound.
Take the ground! No lingering! Sigma guides us! No lingering!
having this kind of flying squad still active late in this game is basically almost GG by itself.
No lingering! No! Formation march! Take position! Engrave your weapons! No lingering! Cannons! Fire! It will be done! Faster! We serve the Emperor!
Don't worry, we're just hitting them with giant paintballs, that's all. We're just trying to paint the giant's face.
Speed! Strength and pursuit! The vengeance! Take the blow!
And just bouncing off his belly.
Attack! Take position! Moving now! Quick march! To battle!
That's a tough hide you got there, buddy.
Raise your weapon! Taking position! Quick march! Take position! Battle! Yes, Lord! Formation march! Prepare for combat! Moving! Bring it down! Take the ground! Quickly! Shooting enemy! For the Warhammer! Cruising cannons! On my command! It will be done! Yes! Take position! At speed!
Hope you enjoyed the battle, everybody. I'll see you all next time. Take care.